Well, we got about 2.5 batteries out of it for a first time flying a an FPV quad in acro mode, actually like ripping around instead of just, you know, hovering around a field. I think that's respectable. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage because I got to fix another thing with the headset. The battery's not holding, and what happened was it got kind of windy, and I'm like, you know what, let's just finish this one battery. And then the headset turned off, and then a gust of wind took it, and then it hit the side of a hill, because there's a little hill in the park for tobogganing. And unfortunately, when that happened, this motor ceased to be attached to the frame. So yeah, so for those that enjoyed the member stream on Wednesday, when we got this thing built and assembled and we got it airborne and we got it all set up, we got 3 full batteries out of it before it broke. Time for a TPU frame. Did you practice? Yeah, I practice on the simulator, but here's the thing. The sim, ooh, I gotta turn the overlay back on. The sim isn't real life. The sim doesn't really have wind. The sim doesn't have the breakup of video quality because it's an analog system. The sim doesn't have the same, it's more floaty. Like, I can fly the sim around. I can fly decently in the sim, but it's not real life. It's a shame there's no 2D. So here's the thing. A few people have already suggested, hey, you have a plethora of 3D printers, print a frame. Maybe for a 1S, maybe for a 2S, maybe for a tiny whoop. This thing though runs off 4S batteries. This thing does 90+ miles per hour. I don't trust that. So, if you don't know what this quad is, this is an HGLRC XJB145. It's 4 years old. They don't make this anymore. I bought this 4 years ago and it collected dust for 4 years. We put it together on the member stream. We finally flew it. So I can't get any replacement parts for this. Actually, I can get the side plate, which does absolutely nothing for me. So I've got a new frame on the way. Swap it to a new frame. That's it. Hey, it's Tor. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We got to take it apart. I got to get it off this frame to see how much the electronics weigh, so I can do the math with how much the new frame weighs, because it's a heavier frame with thicker arms. And I need to make sure I'm still within my weight limit for Canada. CNC new frame, maybe in the future. So I've got a new frame on the way. It's like 30 bucks. It'll be here next week sometime. Hey, or get a CNC. I have a little CNC, but it's carbon fiber, and I really don't want to be cutting this stuff in my house, and the garage isn't set up yet. But one thing I want to try is somebody sent me a link on the Discord, which if you're not a member of the community Discord, you should. But let me pull it up here. It's one of those hack videos on YouTube that, you know, never work half the time. But I want to try this because, like, this frame's dead. This frame's dead. I know this frame's dead. It doesn't have replaceable arms. The arm is broken. I know we're not gonna get this kinda back to where it was, but basically we're gonna try the what is it, the CA glue and cotton balls trick, basically. And then I also have fiberglass tape that we're gonna CA glue. We're gonna try and patch this frame. Hacksaw and CF, yeah. Much cheaper to buy a frame. Yeah, because you got to buy, yeah, nano long range. Eventually we'll do a nano long range in a bit. Not right now. Ramen noodles, yeah, ramen noodles. So, the plan today is I've already got the frame ordered. The plan originally we were gonna do the X1 carbon right away, but this like happened like an hour before stream, so I'm kind of in the I want to fiddle with this mood, and then we'll go to the X1 carbon, we'll get that fixed. So the plan is I've got to take this apart. I've got to get the motors off, I've got to get the electronics out. Basically, I need to separate everything that I'm going to reuse from the frame so I can weigh it, and then I can weigh and see if I need to go down in battery size. Because I live in Canada, I don't have my license for quad, so I got to stay under 250 grams, although I don't really think anyone's going to check. But basically, I had 13 grams of wiggle room before, and I don't know what we're going to have after this. So the plan is basically we're going to disassemble the quad, weigh it, and then I'm going to try and do the cotton ball super glue fiberglass fix and see if we can get the frame. Do I have, no, I don't have Dacron stream. Why do you just, does everyone just happen to have Dacron string at home at all times? Because I don't. It would be cool if I did, but I do not. Remember not to live stream your crimes. Exactly. Used for kids' kites. In that case, I may have some somewhere because my little guy has a kite, but it's like a dollar store kite. So there's the brake. And the problem is it's in a really shitty spot that I honestly don't think we can fix. I should probably take the blades off these with my LTT store screwdriver. Oh, it did break at its weakest point. So the plan is to basically glue it back together with the hodgepodge fiberglass and then reinforce it with something, basically. This actually flew really good. I did fly it on Wednesday, but like today was the first sunny day, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take it out. I got all the batteries charged. I went to the park. I walked over there, and the first battery went okay. I just kind of putzed around in angle mode just to kind of get the feel for it, make sure I had good reception and everything. The second battery, I flew it around in acro mode for a bit, which is like the proper way to fly one of these. And I bounced off the grounds a few times, but I managed to like not disarm it until I meant to disarm it when I killed the battery. And then, but then it started to get windy, and I was like, it can take the gust. This thing could go kind of powerful. Well, what ended up happening was I was doing just a big swoopy turn, and my EV800Ds cut out, went black. So I just fail-safed it. And when I found it, it was in the side of the hill and the arm was broken. So, yay. So I've got to do the battery mod on the EV800Ds because the battery in it is probably kind of kaput because it's the battery that came with it, and it's probably 5 years old. First flight in acro is crazily done. Well, that's the thing. I flew acro in the sim. That's all I flew in the sim was acro, and I did like 3 or 4 hours so far this week. So it's not like I didn't know what I was doing, and I was flying in a big open park in a big flat field where literally the only thing to hit was the ground. Like I didn't take it near anything except for the hill, which I didn't mean to because the headset turned off and I was in the middle of a, you know, pushing it. Where'd you get the sim? I'm using Liftoff because that's what was recommended to me like 4 years ago when I bought this quad. Yeah, sim is not real life. Sim is not real life. This handles a lot different. Plus, you know, breakup are like, because I'm flying analog, you know, all of a sudden you just can't see anything. Have I flown Bardwell's yard yet? I have. It's funny. You want to know how, okay, this is how you can tell somebody's been binging FPV stuff. You ready? Okay, watch this, watch this. Okay. Okay. So here's Google, and I'm going to open up Google, and let's see what it recommends. FPV stuff, FPV stuff, FPV stuff, FPV stuff, 50-50 fishing, whatever that is, and everybody is critical. So yeah. So I've got a new frame on the way. It's got thicker arms, it's got replaceable arms, and I've actually ordered 2 frames. I did it the smart, cheap, lazy way. I ordered 1 frame off Amazon because it'll be here next week. And then I've ordered the exact same frame off AliExpress, which is cheaper, but it's gonna take like 3 weeks to show up. So that way I have a frame that we could build, and then I'll have a whole other frame that I could steal parts off of when we start breaking things. So. No, liftoff, you can use your headset, I think, if it has the in, but like, I'm using this guy. This is my headset. It's an Eachine EV800, which apparently is actually a really good headset, but it's got like no features and it records in really crappy footage. If you wanted to see what, like, here, let me. So this is from my flight on. Yeah, so this is from my flight on Thursday. So yeah, here's, okay, I put in acro mode. So this is the park I'm flying in. And this is all the type of flying. I'm basically just cruising it around. So this is just the kind of flying I was doing, but see the hill right there? Well, you can't really, it's. So that hill right there, that's what I ended up slamming into. I need better antennas. Apparently, so I've looked it up. Apparently the dipole isn't too bad, but the patch antenna is crap, and I actually have a new one on the way, which is actually supposed to be here today. So anyways, I didn't feel like, I wasn't overconfident. I don't think I was overconfident. I think it was just the factor that the battery in here died because it's a shitty battery that came with it. So I need to do the mod that allows you to use a 2S LiPo to power this, because I'm pretty sure the battery in here just like died because I couldn't get it recording. Let me see if I can turn it on. Yeah, so it turns on. So now it's saying full battery. And now it's saying 1 bar as soon as I hit the record button. So the battery in here is euchred. So yeah. True RC that makes some of the best antennas for VTX. I'm being cheap for a bit. Plus the problem with the Canadian, here's the thing. I could order an antenna off Amazon. It'll be here the next day with free shipping. If I want to order anything from like the other Canadian, Rotor Village, Rotor Geeks, or these guys, Rotor Geeks, because I bought stuff from them before, it's like a minimum of like $20 to ship anything. So if I want to buy, like, literally, I was like, hey, I'm going to buy a better antenna for the VTX, and it's like a $15 antenna, but it's a $30 antenna because it's going to cost me $15 to $20 to ship it. So everything has a $15 surcharge unless you're buying everything. RHCP. Okay, it's RHCP then. Sorry, I meant like, or sorry, I meant the Pagoda is good. So let's cut this off. So this means the frame is estimated. I paid a little bit extra. I paid the extra $4 to get express shipping with Amazon. So that means if all goes well, next Friday's stream, we might be rebuilding this. And then Saturday's stream will be me showing you after I crashed it again. Okay, so should I order the motor? I guess I don't need to order the motors because the front is the front and the motors are all the same. So. Okay, so now gotta take this apart. That keeps spinning. I have to hold that with something. Yeah, single bottom plate, and it's only 3 millimeters thick. So I don't know if how much of the frame I can reuse is not bad for that size. Yeah, the frame I ordered is a bigger frame. The frame I ordered is a, it's one of the AliExpress frames. It's not like a super high-end frame, like an Umagod or like, I'm just throwing names out there that I've heard before, but it's not like, it's an AliExpress frame, but it's the HF150, I think it's called. And the reason I'm getting it is because literally I found some random forum that it's like, yeah, this is a good frame for the replacement for an XJB because they don't make this frame anymore. Because I was just going to buy a new bottom plate and they're $10. A new bottom plate, $10, off you go. But they don't make them anymore because this quad is from, I think it was originally released 2017. So watch your weight. Yeah, that's what we're finding about the weight. That's why we're taking it all apart. Do I have a PO box? I do. If you type !PO box, it should show up. But be aware, it's a mail PO box. I went cheap with it because I'll be honest, I don't get a lot through it. And the UPS ones that you could send like UPS and that kind of stuff through are more money. So I went with the cheap one. Oh, quit spinning. But I do have a PO box. So if you want to send me something, it's got to be through the mail, not a courier service. So if you're in Canada, send it via Canada Post. If you're in the US, send it via USPS, and it will come. If you send it USPS, it will come. I need needle nose. There we go. I ship FPs when I can all the time. Save some shipping. Yeah, that's the thing too. If you're shipping to Canada, USPS is the best. It's the cheapest, I mean. How long is this screw? Oh, it goes all the way through the stack. Holy shit. That goes all the way through the flight stack. I did not want to take apart the flight stack. Okay, let's take the top off. I'm like, why is this screw? It goes through the whole stack. Okay, so put that there. How the crew doing? We'll see in a bit. So I'm really hoping I can reuse some of this. I like the blue color, like the standoffs and whatnot. We'll see. Tiny Whoop. I think, what is the one everyone's recommending? The Modula 6, I think is like the current one. I'll just be honest, right now I'm just happy that I actually have over 200 people here watching me faff about with a quad. I'm always worried every time I do stuff that's not 3D printed on this channel that it won't go over well. Mobila, that's what it is, Mobila. That seems to be like the kind of go-to right now. I'm kind of looking for one right now because the weather's starting to get crappy, and I'm looking for something for the winter, but they're kind of not in stock in a lot of places right now, apparently. Why am I not 3D printing? Because I'd have to CAD up a frame for this, which my CAD skills aren't the greatest. And this thing goes 90 plus miles an hour. And I don't trust a 3D printed frame with that. Plus $30, and next week I'll have a a purpose-built frame here. So Emacs Tiny Hawk, pretty much like all little 1S whoops are kind of fun. I don't have my camera on. There we are. The nano long ranges are cool. Yeah, Demon Wings, that's kind of why I want to build it. Just to cruise around the area. I'm like in my shopping cart right now at, I think, Rotor Geeks or Rotor Village or one of them. I have an ELRS Express long range or Express LRS module for my X-Lite, because the receivers for them are really cheap, and you can get really compact ones, and you can get them in boards and the really long range. So yeah, I put way too much hot glue on that. Okay. So that is that. So I think I can take this out now, because none of that's held together. We were hoping to see you switch to ELRS, Free Sky Pearls Pro. Yeah, Rain Motor. So the reason I went with Free Sky is simply because I have a Tyrannus X-Lite that I bought, and then I bought an XM Plus, and I already had it. And I'm only flying this in a field, like by my house. So yeah, I'm tempted to get the, which one's a good module? Is it the, I know Beta FPV has a module, and Happy Model has another one. So yeah. Use a FlySky i6X transmitter with my, there you go. I have a FlySky controller too, because I used it with the Death Racer, because the transmitter that I bought for this guy didn't show up till the day before. Okay, I gotta take the camera out. Ooh, I should probably put the, oh no! Oh, good. Woo! I thought I lost my lens cap. There we go. Beta FPV is not really well known for reliability and have been using their ELRs, and they are good, but other products are eh. Okay, keep that in mind. Yeah, apparently the Happy Model one is like the one I see people recommend more, but it's also out of stock everywhere. So now, if I'm not mistaken, if I want to upgrade the camera in this, because the camera in this is a, it's a CCD camera. If I want to upgrade to like a better camera, I just got to get one of the same size and just plug it in and off I go, right? I think that's it with these. But if you're wondering what camera it has, it's this. It's a Sony CMOS in here. Yeah. Cameras are plug and play so long as they're, yeah. So I was looking at the CADX Ratel Baby, I think. But it's all about weight. So we're stripping everything off the frame here so that I can weigh it all. And then we can go, oh shit, this is how much weight I have, because I know how much the new frame weighs. And yeah. CMOS is not CCD. Yeah, that's the better one, right? CCD are kind of old now. Okay, so now I put way too much hot glue on this. Oh well, whatever. Actually, do I have a Series Amazing for low light? Well, it's not really low light around here. It's more just it's good for the cost. CMOS doesn't get rolling shutter. Okay. Man, these little itty bitty. Try not to lose everything here. My first few 3-inch drones were those motors. They were pretty spicy, but great motors. Great to have spares on hand. I have one spare. These are the 1407 3600 kilovolt or 36,000 kilovolt? 3600 kilovolt. I don't know what kV mean. Is kV like torque? Is kV torque? Drop weight is smaller quads and mount T motors. Well, I already have these motors and I want to use them because I already have them and I want to reuse them. Because I'm not saying I'm lazy, I'm just saying I'm lazy. Especially considering I've already crashed it once. kV is RPM per volt. Okay. Okay, so everything's unscrewed. So now I should be able to destack this. Not quite all the way. There we go, okay. So there's the VTX, which is a TX20 V2. Are these spacers or are these screw? These screw, I gotta unscrew. It's gonna be annoying. Next thing are boats or planes. Well, here's the thing, winter is coming. So I don't really want to faff about with outdoor stuff in the outdoors. So we might do a tiny whoop for winter. Snowcats. Is the smash button broken? I don't know. But also don't forget, if you want to win yourself some Polymaker filament, we give away a spool every stream. So if you're looking to print something with plastic, which I'm assuming most of you do, link in the description, enter. for your chance to win. Okay. So that is, now here's the flight controller. It's got a sticker on it. I'm gonna take that sticker off because I want to see what's in it. Tweezers, where are my tweezers at? So I know the QC passed because we already flew it. Ooh, it's an ARM STM32F. STM32F4. You know what that means? Clipper time. It's got an accelerometer built into it and a gyro. Yeah, it's an F4. Oh, geez. I'm like, aren't there supposed to be wires, but there's a jumper between them. I'm like, isn't there supposed to be wires connecting this together? Okay, so that's the flight controller. So this is the brain of your quad. This is your video transmitter, and this is your ESC. This controls all the power. So power in into the motors. So this is like your stepper driver in a 3D printer. This is the controller board, and this is just a video transmitter, which we don't really have an analog in the 3D printer. So there you go. Can you beta flight a 3D printer board? I don't know. Nope, that's a micro USB. Gotta have micro USB. All right, we're seriously trying this right now. So, yeah. Okay, beta flight. Plug it in. It's an STM32F. Connecting. I don't think it's going to connect. Oh yeah, we're totally doing science today. This stream is not, if you haven't learned by now, these streams aren't super serial. Speaking of serial, we're having issues with the serial connection. It's not connecting. Oh well. So no, you can't run beta flight on your Mellow Fly board. It would be cool, but you can't. Update firmware. Matt, thank you for becoming a member. Speaking of, if you are a member of this channel, or if you're lucky and someone gives you a membership, go check out the Discord in the super secret channel that doesn't exist for channel members. and Patreon supporters. There might be an early version of tomorrow's video. Hit the power button. Oh yeah, put in DFU mode. So you might want to check that out. Says hello, DFU mode and flash. I know. Where is Mopple here? Is Mopple here? Mopple! Okay, are you on the Discord? Mopple here is the man. He totally helped me get my quad flying, which also helped me get it crashing. Okay, so we're connected. Hit boot. Update firmware. It's not detecting the board, and I'm not gonna try flashing it. Hold that boot down. Do you guys seriously want me to try flashing beta flight? Okay, I'll try holding it down. I don't know. Can you even put what? Do these boards even have DFU mode? I got two different boards here. I'm grabbing different boards each time. Okay. So, beta flight. I got reset and boot, so I'll hold boot down while I plug it in. Impulse, oh yeah. Downloads. We're probably nuking this board right now. Entering bootloader. Failed. Yeah. I don't think it's meant to let ya. I don't think it's meant to let ya. Where'd the antenna on this thing even go to? Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Yeah. Thom, $10. Cheers. It's the silly stuff we want to see. Exactly. Friday streams do not need to make sense. I mean, none of the streams need to make sense. That was a Mellow Fly board, because that was the first board that I grabbed. Oh, dang it, this one I gotta... There we go. We're building a 3D printed drone. I will be at some point, but not today, because I kind of want to get the one that I already have flying again and get a little bit more experience. There Gary gifted a community membership. Cheers. Can't wait to see the more flight time vid. Misleading advertising. We will get printing later, hopefully. We got to fix the Bambu, which originally was going to be what we were doing, but then I crashed my quad. So I know this frame is going to be a lot lighter than my replacement frame, but my replacement frame is going to be beefier. And yes, I'm totally getting carbon fiber splinters in my hands right now from just fiddling with this, and I am not loving it. There we go. So that's the ESC and motors. Question, will a new frame... Well, that's what we're going to figure out. So what I'm doing, I'm taking the frame off. Then we're going to take everything I took off the frame, weigh it with a battery, and then that'll tell us how much room we have for frame. And I know how much it is, and we'll find out in a minute. What other RC crafts do I have? None. I've got the Death Racer, which is also in pieces. You see the Nano long range? Yep, we've talked about it earlier, and I do want to build one. It would be the printed one. I know you can buy it. You can basically buy it. It's a recon. But the plan is obviously not do it during the winter. So it would be something like a spring project. Might have to get silly used down on prop nuts. Well, the motors are held in with 4 screws, and I don't think we need all 4. We could just use 2. Right? Plus, I want to see if we can fix this frame. I doubt we can. Anything I could share about it? I've mentioned it several times in the Discord, and it's kind of common knowledge. 0.2, mini stealth burner, new skirts, new top hat, a few minor tweaks. That's about it. If you're not running the DJI stuff, I could also recommend the Runcam light stuff. Great little cams with daughter board for video recording. Yeah, that's the thing. So I was looking at, because before I went and de-armed this, I had 13 grams to play with. A Runcam thumb, which is 1080p recorder, is 9 grams. It's under 10 grams with the SD card. Plus, you know, a zip tie, and I would be within weight. Oh, this is light. Okay. So essentially, if I want to fix this, I've got to reattach this. Oh, oh man. That is not healthy. Like you can see it's shattered in it's. Yeah, that ain't going back together. Yeah, that ain't going back together. Yeah, that I can't even get to line up. I can't even get the hole to line up. Yeah, that ain't going back together. BHB it. Epoxy. Well, maybe that'll be something I'll fiddle with on my own time. Okay. Is the mounting hole in the middle of the brake? Yeah, there's here you can see right here. So you got a hole here for the standoff, and then you got the little notch there for the frame for holding the camera. So it broke right across there where the weakest point is. That hole should not be there. That's the weak point. That hole should have been further back. Weight of this frame. That's what we're gonna find out. So I remember when I bought this, it was marketed as having a light frame. So I think we're gonna be in trouble here. So that. Standoffs. Oh, the arm that broke off. Woo! How heavy is the strap? 2 grams. This strap is 3 grams? Oh my God. We are at the frame without the screws. I'm not weighing the screws because I'm assuming we're going to be using a lot of the same screws. We're at 31 grams. Okay? 31 grams for this frame, plus the screws. The other frame only gave me a weight. Now, I'm assuming the weight is with all the hardware that comes with the frame because all the pictures show it fully assembled, and it's 40 grams. So we should be within weight. We should be within weight. Did it crash? Yes. Well, actually, well, it de-armed itself. And unfortunately, it's a single piece frame, so I can't really just, you know, replace the arm. So we should be within weight. Because the frame that I got has 4mm arms, but the body is like 2mm or something like that. This is all 3mm. So that's what we got. So I need to figure out where to put all this so I don't break it. There you go. There's your quad. There is the brains of your quad. So that plus the camera plus the blades is 95 grams. And then, you know, add a motor. We're at 196 grams. So we have 54 grams to work with for the frame and hardware. So. That's a battery. What did I say it was? So yeah, there's the guts of a quad. So F's in chat. I didn't even name it. Didn't even get a name. Oh, motor. I said motor. Me fail English? That's impossible. Now, the good thing is I have a bunch of screws from all over, or baggies from everywhere. So let's put all the hardware back in the baggies. There is the hardware. CF printed frame? I don't know, but I'm assuming it's not going to be as good. Because here's the thing. If printed quad frames were better than CF carbon fiber ones, then everyone would be using carbon or printed ones. So they're not better. In any way, except for you can just kind of design them on your own and print them at home, and replacements are cheap and whatnot. Like I have a spool of glass filled, high temperature glass filled nylon that would probably make a decent frame. But that would, I don't think it'd be as good as carbon fiber because it's carbon fiber. It's, you know, this, like this is stiff. So should I try and glue this back? I don't know. Should I even try putting this back together? Because here's the thing. If I can do this and I'm not going to break it. And if I glue that, that is not going to be as strong. CFPC would be better. It'd be stiffer, but more likely to crack, right? There we go. There's your quad in a bucket. It's dead, Jim. So print a new one. That goes too fast. That quad is too powerful. If it was a little tiny whoop or something, I would be all for it. This is not a tiny whoop. This is a actual, like, will go fast, and if those blades hit somebody while they're running, they will cut you and hurt you a lot. So I'm not willing to risk it. So I got a new frame on the way, a new carbon fiber frame, and we'll just swap it out next week. So that was that. F's in chat for, it never even got a name, but it's dead, Jim. No one had a PC. So I do have a little CNC. I've got two. I got the 3018 that everyone has, that shit. And then I got a slightly better one that's all metal. So we may end up, I might get that trying to go this summer. I want to hook a duet up to it and use RepRap firmware CNC for it. Make a Polymaker teal tiny whoop. Polymaker wants to sponsor something, figure it out. There's a few little tiny, like, here's the thing, you can make tiny whoops. You can't buy the parts cheaper than you could buy an assembled whoop, at least from what I saw. Print a CNC to mill frame. Well, I don't need to print, I have a CNC in the other room for on quad when. That's why I got the quad. There's a few guys on the Voron team, Max, for example, that were kind of really into FPV stuff like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. That's why I bought that stuff, because I saw them, they were posting all their shit. And then I was like, yeah! And then it showed up so late that I never really got around to it. Remember that Mark IV CF? Yep. Is that CF nylon or CFPC? No, what ABS is pretty good, close to the LDO? I don't know. I don't have an oh, I do have an LDO. Okay, well, I don't know. Is this blue close? No, that's too bright. I don't know. Ask if LDO can give you the Pantone number for it. Okay, what else were we doing? Because that quad's dead, and I don't think you want to watch me try and glue the frame back together on stream. Yeah, oh, it was tough. It was tough. Like, I do have... Actually, I should probably do something with this. 1 second. Oh, geez. Yep. Oop, that was bad. Well, my power bill is going to be high. I put this in the dryer on, like, Saturday, and then I put it in the other room, and then I closed the door and completely forgot about it. Oopsie doodles. Oopsie doodles. Oopsie doodles. Heat set recovery time. No, I'm not going to kill you guys with that kind of content yet. We got a Bambu to fix. Do I use a dry box when printing nylon? Yep, it's over there. What happened to the Bambu? Hot end's clogged, so we're gonna swap out the tool head, or the hot end, because I'm too lazy to swap the nozzle. And the little arm for cutting the filament is getting finicky and sticking. Yeah, these bags work great. These airlock bags, I can't remember how I got them. I honestly, I don't know if David from Printed Solid reached out to me about them, or if they did, or I can't remember how I got these. Somebody sent me them. But you get this little 5-volt USB-C powered pump that just sucks the air out. And voila. So this is Ultra PA glass filled. It is from Fetus, I believe. I think this is the stuff we're going to try and print the Nano long range frame with. Because it's like really stiff. Put a Haas down there. Actually, let's see. Can I CNC a frame? Let me go grab my CNC. So here's the thing. My CNC isn't anything special. It's a, I do have a spindle. I have a 500 watt BLDC spindle that I could swap it to, but I'd have to print like a mount for it. Get over here. Yeah. It's this guy. So what I can do, rip out the shitty electronics, because they're the shitty electronics. Put, where are you? That's Revos. Why do I, every time I look in here, I find another Revo. That's not you. Where is the spindle? How do you lose a spindle? Oh, there it is. Huzzah! Okay, there we go. So, what I can do, and I'm kind of tempted. This has been like on the back burner of ideas for a while. Is, there we go. So I've got this guy. It's got the really shitty spindle that sucks. We all know these spindles suck, right? Put this guy, it's a 500 watt, 48 volt dataless spindle. What is it? And it's a, what is it, an E16 call it? Or what are they called? ER16 call it? Yeah, ER16 call it. Mount that in there. So new mount, which actually would probably handle it just fine. And then Duet. I got a Duet 2 board just chilling here. And then, yeah. Because I could fit a frame on here. I could fit a quad frame on here. Easily. Tons of room. So that kind of was a plan, because this is, it's thick enough for routing. It's stiff enough for routing. So this has been like, the thing is I got to model a mount for it, for this spindle, and then figure out how to get this to talk to this and to talk to all this. But yeah, so Comgrow sent me this a while ago, and I used it on the stream, and I did a few engraving little things with it, and then that's about it. It's got an e-stop. What software? Whatever it came with, which is like Gerbil. So yeah, I barely used it. I did the stream with it, and I did a few little projects with it, and then that's about it. But I do kind of want to do something with it, because it's all metal. Like it's good for like little stuff, but I got to do it in the garage. I have that CNC, I have 20,000 RPM motor upgrade and the aluminum mount upgrade. Also have the laser. I have the laser too. I refuse to use it because I don't trust it. And I believe this is the upgraded spindle. Or no, this is the 20,000. Here's the 20,000. I couldn't use the 20,000. I did buy the 20,000, but I put that 500 watt on it because I don't know what the wattage is of this. Because it's ER11 too, it's tiny. But I kept this. I couldn't power this. The power supply would go bleh. So I also have a 360 watt, 24 volt power supply. So yeah. So I might put the 500 watt. I gotta print a new mount for it though, or machine one, but it'd probably be printed. Would Clipper or Marlin be better? Not really. Maybe Marlin, but I already have the Duet, so I might as well use it. And Duet does CNC. So what's up with the music? It's lo-fi. You don't like lo-fi? I could put synthwave on. Here, we'll go to EDM. We'll do EDM. Get your wub-wubs in. So yeah, so this is the CNC. I might fiddle with this over the winter when I'm stuck inside here. And now I gotta climb over the pile of printers. Put this back on the shelf. There. There we go. What are you sitting on? Whatever. Oh, I can't turn around. I'm stuck. Help me, step printer. There we go. So it did come with this. This is... I got this too. This is a class 4 laser. 5 watt. So I got a 5 watt laser. Yeah. I don't play around with that because I highly doubt these are really gonna, wow, I look horrible with these on. These are actually gonna do their job. Because I think these are legit just green tint glasses. But I do have a laser. Works like a charm. I just don't trust anything that's not enclosed when it comes to lasers. Because especially this just clips on. So imagine it's clipped on and you have something on it and it just bumps it and it just does this. It's moving across and it goes, because it just clipped on. It just clipped on. So it's coming across and it goes, and it all shooting into the wall. I just don't trust them. I do not trust unenclosed lasers because they will blind you. They will blind you. Or if it reflects. Yeah, I just don't trust them. I just, that has been a rule on my channel. I know Tom does it as well, and that's honestly, I'm pretty sure where I first heard about it from, and he does the same rule. He does not fiddle with unenclosed lasers. I do not think they're safe, so I don't fiddle with them. I know Steve has an old tour, and if I'm not mistaken, he plans on enclosing it. So, now if you want to buy one of those unenclosed ones and put it in a box, that's fine. But as a reviewer, I'm not going to take one that doesn't have a box. Having under extrusion issues on my CW2 on the stealth burner. Did you recalibrate your flow? Because I know I didn't do that on one of my printers for a while. You got to recalibrate everything. It's a new extruder. So do the printing flow or pressure advance or whatever it is. And yeah, okay. Let's get the Bambu out. This is why I don't like. I gotta get rid of the switch wire. I don't use it anymore. You can go live on the ground with all the other stuff living on the ground. There we go. I'm gonna lose my fingers. Ow, ow. There we go. Okay. In the bin. Okay, so the fun part about a Bambu. This has the AMS on it. It works okay. But, hey, I gotta take these wires out now. Okay, so this is easy. So I just unclip that. But how do I unclip this one? The little tab, okay, the little tab is on the inside here. There we go. Actually, they sent me some replacement shit. I should probably do that. Let me grab the fix kit, because this is a beta unit. Well, not a beta unit, this is a review unit. So they sent replacement stuff, which I think this is the same, but I'm going to swap it out. And they sent me some grease, which I think I need to fix it because the issue I'm having is a known issue. Okay, so this now also, you got to push the little ring. There we go. And I also have filament loaded in here. Shit. There we go. Get rid of the EMS. I knocked something off and I don't know what. Okay. Now, if you want to print one color at a time, you don't use the AMS. You unplug it and you just feed it in. But if you're using multiple color, you got to use the AMS. And again with the latch on the wrong side, guys. Come on. There we go. Nope. Nope. Are you an oddball size? You are. Bambu with AMS or Trident with ERCFA? Do you want to build it and tweak it and tune it, or you just want to install it and print with it? This thing also needs always on network to work fully. So if you are opposed to, I'm assuming these are the same. I'm going to swap them because why not? Different numbers, yeah, we'll swap. Tuckin, thank you for the content. Thank you for enjoying the content. After the build and calibration, I don't trust printers out of the box. You'd be surprised. Like, the Saval, which we were gonna print with today before I decided to do this. It's actually doing really good. Like, I'm really happy with it. For a sub $300 Prusa-ish printer, it ain't too shabby. Okay, how the hell do you change the extruder on this? As the front comes off. So this door is annoying. So if you don't know, this is just magnetic. Okay, so if you want to take the front off, it just comes off. So this is the first issue I'm having. This is the little arm that cuts the filament. So when it does a filament change, it cuts the filament and allows you to pull it out. So what happens is this goes in and it pushes on a tab up in the front here and it pushes it, but see how it's sticking. So I gotta take this out, swap the blade out and then grease it, I think, but you could, it's sticky. Yeah, that's not good. But it's also apparently cut the filament, yet I can't pull it out either. So and can I disconnect that? I can. Okay. Let's just disconnect you. Get you out of the way. There we go. Okay. So the front fell off. I love how there's a PCB in there. So just a connector, it's a motor. Well, I guess RPM servos and whatnot, or RPM measuring and whatnot. Okay, so. Is there, you know what? Let's actually look out how to replace the Bambu manual. Let's pull up the Bambu manual. I should probably follow the manual. What did I spill it? I don't know what happened, why it jammed up. Frequently asked questions using product. No. Official wiki. Okay, so hey, I'm Frank or Bob or I'm Mr. Bloggins. I bought one of these. I came home and I have a filament jam. How do I replace? Because I have an extra tool head. I want to replace my tool head. Okay, it's another 0.4 nozzle because that's all I have. But maintenance. Okay. How to? Okay. There we go. So I have the hot end. Okay, I want to replace the hot end. So Allen key and Q-tip, needle nose plier, band loop, hot end, or complete hot end. Okay. See video 1. Where's video 1? Okay, here we go. So turn off the printer. I'm not going to subject you guys to watching it too. Okay, take the front off. Remove 3 shown connectors from the board. 3? Okay. Okay, so there's 3 connectors in here. Let me just make sure I'm doing the right ones. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the problem. Like, you can't really. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so those 3 are out. Okay, and then unscrew. Okay. This giant crossbar right here is annoying. Like, I love my aluminum extrusion frames, but this is, you know, it's right in line. So you gotta either lean down or look above to see what you're doing. You can't just look right at it. Okay. So undo those 2 screws and remove the hot end. I should probably have to take the screws out. And they do have a little bit of Loctite on them. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? There we go. Okay. And a little bit of gunk there. We got filament jammed in there. Okay, so how do I pull my filament out? I got filament jammed in the extruder now. Like, literally, I can't get the filament. Oh, there we go. Whew. Yeah, so what happened was the blade got stuck, which basically made, for a while there, I was just ramming filament into nothing. Okay. Here is your hot end assembly. Okay. So now, I'm assuming I just swap everything. Oh, sock's a bit chewed up. I did have a blob at one point. I don't know if they sent me a replacement sock with it. Let me see. I believe I only had the one sock. Yeah, I only have the one sock. I think. Let me double check. I could have sworn. Yeah, I only have the one sock. Could have sworn I had another sock. fix the blade. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fix the blade. I'm just getting it ready to put back together. Yeah, I don't have any extra sockets. I've got extra screws. I've got extra blades. So yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming I gotta unscrew this fan. Of course, it's the one size I don't have a fancy screw for. Okay, so let's do that. Now, how do I replace the heater? Because the heater goes around this, so I'm assuming I gotta take the sock. Oop. I gotta take the sock off. Okay, let me continue. Okay. Use a 0.2mm hex key. Okay, take those off. Okay. Slide that off. There's a clip. And that, oh! Really? I've never taken this apart. Okay, so this just slides off, apparently. Okay. And then there's like, how did the clip come off? That just slides off. Okay. Well, the problem is I've got some gunk here from a blob that I had. That's kind of welded it into place. I don't have a spare one of those. Okay. Oh. That's there. And then there's your... It just comes out. Okay. It's just a glass bead thermistor. So there we go. Yeah, okay. So it's just a glass. Wow. I'm honestly not a huge fan of this hot end design. Like, here's your heating element. It's just the heater is there. It sits beside the block. Like, I get it. Doesn't mean I like it. Acetone. Yeah, we're gonna clean it up. What time is it? 3:20? I could just feel like I don't have an extra one of these, and if it breaks, that's like, you're done. Dunsies. Finito. Where is my cleaning? Did I put it back here? I did. What printer is this and how does it compare to the Bambu? This is actually the Bambu. No joke, it is a Bambu. How does it compare to a Bambu? It's approximately 1 Bambu worth of printer. Shipping is not quick. Yeah, I can see that. I really don't like this cable. I don't trust it. Okay, installing the new one. So you put a little bit of the goop on there. We're gonna get fancy and use the slice stuff because I have it and I paid way too much for it, so I might as well use it. Okay. Okay. Slice engineering, where is your goop? What do I think of the Rat Rig V-Core? I'll let you know when I build one. As of right now, it's probably a decent Core XY. Beefier belts if you're looking to build a bigger one though. Slice engineering. Go big or go home. Right? Right, guys? Do I have any Q-tips in here? I don't think I do. That's okay. Rat Rig just came out with an IDEX. Good for them. Okay. And I do have an extra clip. I've been using the same tube. Same here. I don't use it often, but when I do, it's there. Ends up being Loctite. I've never actually had that issue with this grease. So which way does the clippy go? It goes up. Okay. Wish they gave me more than one sock. Just a little degraded. It's still good. It's still good. Where'd the other screw go? Yeah, whatever. I have extras. Music reminds me of Armored Core. Oh, I want to play that again. Nope. Okay, these aren't extras. Okay, where is... Oh, there it is. So the trick is on Armored Core games is you die a bunch at the beginning, and then every time you die like 5 times, or you go like 50,000 credits in debt or something like that, it restarts the game because you're bankrupt, but it gives you like cheat powers every time you do it. So you do it enough, you're overpowered. Okay, there we go, rebuilt that. So now we got to fix the doohickey. And I think this is why they gave me grease. Silicone glue, connector grease. Made by the same people that made Dark Sword. Yep, and you can find the Moonlight weapons in it. In Armored Core 2, one of the vibro blade or laser blades or whatever is the Moonlight Katana or something like that. Okay. So it's not sticking anymore. So I'm gonna take out. Where's the pivot point? What's that? I don't remember how to. Well, I only got 1 screw, so let's. Okay, so let's. Place the cutter. Okay, take that out, take that screw out. It pivots down and you replace the cutter, and then we got to grease it up. See, mine looks different. This is black. My part's silver or gray. They need to make a new Armored Core game. Oh yeah, that's a little knackered. So what I'm gonna do is I got a new one here. Actually, I've got a bunch of them here. There's 2 in here. And they look different than the one that I got installed, so. That's what I mean about trying. It's a pain to work on these from the angle. Okay. And now I'm going to put a little bit of grease on connector grease. Is this the grease I want? I don't know. They gave me grease because it slides through a slot here, and I don't want it to potentially bind up again. It's just PTFE grease. So what we're gonna do, probably should this before I put it on. Don't want to get it on the color or the cutter. Put it on there. And on the bottom. And on the sides. Okay, so now I'm going to put it in. Oh yeah. Actually, is there a chance it's binding up top here? It is. At the top here, it's kind of got the same issue, I think. Because there's a, it's, I don't know, it's weird how they, at the top there's like some ears that it kind of touches. And you can see it's like there's like a little bit of flash on the part that's causing it to stick a bit. So we'll just kind of a little bit extra lubrication. And while we're in here, I'm going to clean the hell out of these gears because this feed gear is just. Can't clean the other side, I'd have to take it apart, but I'm not going to. Man, there's no real easy way to get this extruder apart, unfortunately. So I can't really spin it to, yeah, there's no like manual way to, actually, yeah, there we go. I can spin it like this. Those feed gears are just clogged with ground up filament right now. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you go in there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's cutting good now. Okay. And get our tool head where you can't see anything. I'm gonna go up here. Ooh, there we go. So this just kind of. Oh wait, no, it goes sideways, right? Yeah. There we go. And one screw. Where's the other one? Here it is. Okay. And I know I'm probably blocking the camera, but I kind of need to be able to see what I'm working on, fortunately. Or I need to actually do the work, I mean. Little itty bitty connectors. And this is your heel wire. There we go. Okay, that seems to be okay there. That's secure. What's that? You know what, we're clearance. Like literally, if your part's rubbing that much, clear it. Here, I'll show you exactly what it is. I'll show you exactly what's causing this or what's contributing to it. If you look, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if you look right here, okay, there's a plastic part, and on top of it, there's a little circle. That's from an injection pin, and it's flashed a bit. So what happens is when this goes in, it's rubbing on the flash on here. So I had to scrape it away. There's your 7 years of injection mold making experience coming into play right now. Like it shouldn't be that close. But it is. But it is, whatever. Okay, put this back together. Slide this into there. Put it back in there. Reconnect the fan. There we go. Put the front back on. There we go. Okay. Bueno. This build plate is filthy. Do I have an extra build plate? I can't remember if they gave me an extra build plate. I don't think they did. Got like glue stick all over it. Because I don't have, they didn't send me the fancy new PI ones. So I've been dealing with the shitty one that comes with it that isn't really that good. Okay. How's the poop chute? Poop chute's good? Poop chute's good. Okay. Let's drop shit. Turn it on, get it printing. Back on top. Although I probably got to do a firmware update, knowing my luck. Where's that cable? I unplugged a cable from the AMS and I don't know where it went. That cable came out of the AMS. Where'd it go? Oh, I got a replacement one. Whatever. Don't look at my elbow. I got grease on my elbow. Bambu Lab. And I'm just kind of realizing now, I think, that I don't have the app on my phone, so hopefully it boots up. Elbow grease. Bambu Studio. There we go. Pre-order of Obsidian is actually sold out. I believe it. Demand was much higher than they thought. Worse, Peter. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. I'll employ for engagement. Yes, engage. Engage with with me and each other. Everyone say hi. Remember, if you want to win stuff, like when people gift memberships, if you want a chance at getting that gifted membership, you have to engage in chat. And then if you engage in chat and somebody is nice enough to gift memberships and you happen to get one, then you can join the Discord, go to the super secret channel when you leak your accounts, and then you can see tomorrow's video today. They already have it done, although I still need to do a thumbnail. New firmware detected. Would you like to go to the update page? Yes. Update. This will take about 10 minutes, yes. Update and firmware. I love how many greens I see in chat. Like it gives me a comfy feeling to know that you guys support me. What are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday, Saturday. Are we back on the salad fork? Yeah, we're back on the salad fork tomorrow. All right, so now we gotta wait because that's doing a software update, and then we gotta print something. So I gotta make sure it loads the filament okay, and then we need to print something. And what are we gonna print, guys? What are we going to print? I know. Let's go on printables and find something. I have better luck finding multicolor stuff. Oh, I know what we're gonna do. Okay, so because we were talking about it earlier in the stream, let's try printing, what is it called? What's it called? Oh, quad. Or 18650 drone. That brings it up. Where is it? There we go, nano long range. Okay, so there's a few different variants of this. I actually don't like this one with the electronics on top and the fans facing down. I don't like that. I kind of like the original, which actually it might be on link here. I think it was the V2 one I liked. Yeah, the V2 because it takes the Diamond F4 FC. Jeremy, thank you for becoming a member. So what fancy filament are we going to print this in? What fancy filament are we going to print this in? Downloads. What fancy filament? Oh, thank you, Calvin. You want to say hi? Doggo's here. Am I fixing a robot? I am, because we broke it earlier. That one we're gonna rebuild later. But remember Daddy's drone? Are you going through the garbage? Those gloves. Hey, you want to say hi? No, look in here. Say hi. Yeah. There you go. Hey, did you have a good day at school?
Yeah.
Aw. Did you have a good day at school?
No.
No? What happened?
We want to know.
Let me see. Let me see. No, look at... Oh, you got a boo-boo on your nose. How'd you do that?
Wrapped it like this.
But what did you do?
That's it.
You accident?
That's.
Aw. You gotta be careful.
Mama, want to
Okay. Daddy's gotta get back to work though, okay? So you be good. You gonna say goodbye?
Bye.
Goodbye. There we go. He brought me the mail. It never fails. Cross 2010, 599. Oh, cheers. Hey, it's the maybe if I had this on the thing, I wouldn't have crashed. So that's still software updating, so we gotta let that finish. Hey, Steve. should probably get rid of this spare blade I have sitting here. David, $2. Cheers. Yeah, let's get rid of the blade so I don't slice myself. Triple feed patch antenna, open source hardware. Cool. Why's my phone ringing? Suspected spam caller, then you will not be answered. What is the color of the membership? How long have you been a member for? There we go. See, maybe if I had this patch antenna, I wouldn't have crashed and broken the quad. But now I have a patch antenna. Ta-da! I guess it doesn't matter which way it goes. Cool. Won't be able to know if it works till I rebuild the quad. Firmware has been updated. Confirm. Cool. Okay. So. Oh, everyone's who's realizing, hey, I could say something if I've been a member for a certain amount of time. Okay. Polymaker blue? Polymaker blue. Let's see how ASA light does for a frame for a quad. Well, this is Polylight ASA. We'll see how it does. Feed that filament. Cool. ASA will be too brittle. Well, this shouldn't take too long to print. So we'll see. Slice. Oh, we're not going to be building this for a while. We're going to print several frames and just kind of see how it is. Yeah, this is a 28-minute print for the frame. So this is strength. Oh, we're going to want like 4 walls. It's all walls, I think. Yeah, it's all walls. Printed solid. There we go. Okay. And infill, we'll do 40% grid infill. Slice. There we go. Print. So that's ASA. Enable AMS, flow calibration. Cool. Send. Through the cloud service. I don't like that. Appeared 30 months ago, you convinced me to build a V0. Now I have a V2, a switch wire, and a salad fork. Not a bad year. There you go. Where's my camera? There's my camera. Lamp on? Lamp on. There we go. Bamboo slicer uses Arachne? I don't know, maybe. I think it does, perhaps. There's a chance. Indubitably. Yeah, she sting pad. There we go. Cool. Heating bed. This thing takes forever to heat the bed up. Like, the longer you use the Bambu, it's not a bad printer. Don't get me wrong. The Bambu is not a bad printer. But it's not the best printer. At $1,000, there's a very competitive market. There are better options. There are worse options in different ways. It depends what you're looking to get out of your printer. Can you print foreign parts in ASA? If you can get it to not warp, and you're going to suffer issues of layer adhesion. Because the hotter your chamber, the better your layer adhesion is with ABS and ASA. Hello from Serbia. Hello. How's things going over? It's evening over there, right? Yeah. For some reason, I always think Serbia and Siberia. It's like Austria and Australia. (9:51 p.m.) Yeah. So if all goes well, next Friday we'll be building a quad again. So that'll be next Friday's stream. And I don't know if I got like a hairline fracture in my thumb or a pulled tendon, but it's like been bugging me for like a week. Preheating bed. It takes forever to heat the bed on this thing. Okay, so while that's doing that, let's fiddle around and see if we can actually try and glue this back together. Like this serves no purpose whatsoever, because this isn't going to be strong at all, or strong enough to actually work as a functional quad. But let's see if we can glue this back together. Like, it doesn't help I'm not even on a flat surface. $21.53, yeah. It's the bed mains. The bed is mains. I'm pretty sure it's mains. But it's like, because the controller board has a built-in SSR, so the bed is mains, but it's on a very low like heat up. Like we're at 70 right now, so it doesn't. It's either PWM down or it's very conservative, but it doesn't jump up. Wouldn't bother. Yeah, we got nothing else to do, Ivan, though. Plus, I want to see how strong this super glue and cotton ball method is. Welcome to old age. Yeah, it sucks. Honestly, I think it's from driving. It's like driver's thumb, I think. By the way, if you've never used CA glue and you wear contact lenses, don't wear them while you're playing with CA glue. You will not have a good time. And by not have a good time, you can like actually weld your contacts to your eye. Can't even get it squared up anymore. It's like right out to lunch. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. There's a whole chunk missing. Yeah, this ain't going together. This ain't going together. This is done. That ain't gonna line up at all. I listened to the same thing. Beef. Oh, hey, we got filament coming out of it. So that's good. Yeah, I listened to the same thing. Literally, you're listening to desktop audio. So if I were to play like a YouTube video, you would hear it too. That's why I do it this way. I don't have audio on or the music on a separate like input because I'm too lazy to set all that shit up. You just listen to desktop audio. So I'm listening to it too. 3D printed alignment rig, then epoxy filler. Or we can just wait till Friday when the brand new frame comes in. That's also stronger, so I won't break it as easily. Hopefully. I just want to get flying again, damn it. I was so pissed. Like, literally, I was like 2 packs in, just started the 3rd pack, and I crashed and broke it. And now I'm like, shit. What's a good board for Clipper? Whatever board has the features you want, at the price you want, and the quality you want within your budget. You want to know what the best Clipper boards are? Duets. But they're kind of pricey, so they're kind of not always worth it. So did everyone here see whatchamacallit teaching text video today that came out today about the drivers that have input shaper built into it? Okay, 300 big enough for Mando helmets? Yep. That helmet right there was printed on this machine here, which is a 300. Okay, so Teaching Tech came out with a video today with, let's see here. And the only reason I normally don't watch his stuff, just because it's not like the kind of content I watch, but these guys, GH Enterprise Smart Clipper. So these are stepper drivers that do Clipper or do input shaper. So they're standalone stepper drivers. So if you haven't had a chance, go watch it. But it allows you to run input shaper without firmware. So for your Marlin folk, you can run input shaper now with caveats. It only supports 1 motor per direction. So that means deltas, core XYs cannot do it. Okay. And 2, no accelerometer. So you have to do the print and measure method. And they're $40 for 2 of them, or €40 for 2 of them. So if you're running Marlin on like a controller board that has switchable drivers that you can swap the drivers out, and you're running a Cartesian printer, you can run input shaper now. Marlin input shaper in the next minor version. How is Marlin handling it? Because like, you need a Raspberry Pi 02 minimum to run the calculations for input shaper, unless Marlin is doing it the print and measure method, which is what it sounds like I think they're doing. So are they doing the print and measure method? Because I don't think they're going to have accelerometer support. And if they are, that's sweet. Print and measure. Yeah, they're doing print and measure. Holy shit, this thing takes forever to level the bed. Might as well buy a pile. Yeah, it's print and measure. The thing is the power. Like, go watch my video when I show you how to run Input Shaper, or anyone else running it, or if you've run Input Shaper with, speaking of Input Shaper, with the accelerometer, it takes time for a quad-core Raspberry Pi to crunch the numbers for the output of measuring everything from Input Shaper. How is a 168 megahertz STM32F gonna handle that? So, what am I printing? We're printing a quad frame just to see how, I don't know, just because we haven't printed anything. So we are printing the long range here. Also, I don't like how it doesn't tell you prepare. You gotta go to prepare. Okay, there you go. Nano long range, there we go. It's printing that. Project device. There we go. Look at that filament. Cool. Wrong channel. Accelerometer is just a test for resonance frequency. Well, that's the thing. You need the accelerometer. It's an 80XL, which isn't that expensive. The thing is, you need the accelerometer connected to the controller board to measure the frequencies as it's doing the test, and then do the calculations to figure out what's the best input shaper value based on the harmonics that it's measuring. And that takes a lot of math. Like a Raspberry Pi Zero, the original one, does not have enough power to run Clipper, or to run the Input Shaper Auto 2, okay? It just does not. So how is a controller board that has less power than that gonna run it? So Bambu is loud. Yep, Bambu is the loudest printer I own, even comparing it to a DRV-driven 8-bit ramps Voron 1.0. What is the calculated weight of this frame? Actually, this will be a good thing to check out. So according to the preview, we are at 8.39 grams of filament. We'll see what it comes out to once it's done. Once it actually prints, because it takes forever for a Bambu to warm up. Gotta do its flow calibration. Yeah, Bambu is the loudest printer I own. There's a reason I don't run this thing at night. And actually, normally I slow the speed down. But we're not going to for this, because we're just checking weight. But yeah, normally I run it at 60% speed. I don't run it at full speed. Can you set up a secondary MCU? I don't know. Marlin, as far as I'm aware, you can't use multiple MCUs with Marlin. Clipper, you can. Clipper, you can just keep slapping shit into the Raspberry Pi via USB all day, every day, and have a good time. But with Marlin, you're limited to your one MCU, if I'm not mistaken. It's case amp. Oh, this thing vibrates. This thing vibrates like hell. It's a sheet metal. It's a stamp bent sheet metal frame with a bunch of plastic and metal hung on it. It's a loud printer. I don't know if like many of the reviews mention that, but this is a loud printer. It's a fast printer. It's NEMA 17s, GT2 belt, like every other 3D printer, or majority of other 3D printers, but it's going fast. And when you go fast, you make noise. So. Marlin has a feature called step naming, allowing motion to be driven externally as with a Raspberry Pi. Okay. So how does that work? Is the MCU talking to the Pi and then going down? Like, does it go from MCU to the Pi and then down to another MCU, or does the Pi handle everything and it's assigning it? All the reviews I saw said it was loud. Okay, so the reviews do say this thing's loud. Literally, I don't run this at night, because when I was printing my whole Mando suit, I had this running, these three running, I had a Prusa running, and I had like another, I think the resin machine running, and this thing was louder than everything else combined. Okay, I read that again. MCU to Pi to MCU, 90, can't imagine. Okay, that would make sense. That's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against Marlin. It's great for, you know, single board solutions. I do enjoy having a Raspberry Pi you can shove at the problem if you need to. And hey, if they do manage to figure out a way that you can run an accelerometer on Marlin and just like do the math differently, because here's the thing, I don't know exactly how the input shaper math is done. I just know I push button, printer go burr, and then I get input shaper. But if there's another way of doing it that takes less resources, that'd be cool. The Pi sends data akin to raw stepper blocks wrapped in a G6. Okay. Yeah, so originally, if you remember when I was in the other room, so back, you know, 2 years ago, or actually, how long has it been? Coming up on 2 years in this room. Before we were in this room, I was in the other room. That room was under the master bedroom. And yeah, we stopped streaming from there because the printer was running in there at night was getting loud. Well, the new hot end's working, so that's good. Although our first layer is kind of poopy. But it's kind of to be expected lately out of this machine. RepRap does on a relatively weak CPU. I know RepRap does it, but it's far less superior process compared to. Okay, and RepRap you have to use a different ADXL, right? Does not have an accelerometer reading feature, but it is planned as an accompaniment to onboard input shaper. Okay, that'd be cool. The thing with Marlin though is Marlin is instantaneous, so they could, because I know people have been asking, you know, if Klipper would be able to do, you know, on the fly input shaping, and you can't with Klipper because Klipper is all batch commands, so you'd be reading old data essentially. I got a booger hanging. It went to purge and it just kind of stuck. Oh well. But Marlin is instantaneous, so if you were able to instantly read your accelerometer with Marlin somehow, that would actually be kind of powerful if you had the power to do that. Because that's even Marlin's instant. It's like that. Klipper's all batch commands. Why are you angry at me? What are you doing? Possible first layer. Ignore. Now it needs to like heat up again because it detected a slight blob that it made. There we go. And you guys can watch it whip its tool head around. I whip my tool head back and forth. I whip my tool head back and forth. You say poopy. I don't have a good flex plate on this machine, so I have like gobs of glue stick, and I don't know. First layers on this machine have been kind of iffy lately with me. I just realized that Scott. Like Marlin Scott. I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with names. It's like, what was it when I was doing the live stream walk around at Earth there, and somebody's like, "Did you go talk to Fotis Mint?" And I'm like, I don't know what he looks like, so maybe. So, hi Scott. It's not instant enough. Real-time shaping will need to slow down printing, undoing the benefits. Yeah. Everything has advantages and disadvantages. You just got to find what is acceptable to your use case, basically. It's like, you want to print faster, you get ringing. Well, to counteract ringing, you use input shaper. But the more input shaper you use to counteract more ringing, the more rounded corners you get. Nothing is perfect. Bambu is fast and not quite, but I think the actual claim to fame is it does pressure advanced calibration for you. That's a real Fisher or open horse. So the thing is though, yes, it could do, what is it? The flow calibration, or pressure advanced calibration. On my Vorons, I set it and forget it, and I've never had an issue with prints. So like, how much deviation are you having each print on flow calibration or pressure advanced settings? Like, I'm sure if you print a lot of like PLA and then all of a sudden you start printing a lot of nylon or something, like, yeah, maybe it makes a little bit more sense. But if you're just printing like the same filament all day, eh. Any news update from Voron? Oh, maybe. Learning to catch on Earth, but I had a great conversation with Kevin as my constantly. That's good. I ran into Kevin while I was eating lunch, and to be fair, I didn't speak to any of the software guys about anything. Like I didn't do videos on anyone who was firmware. And I'll be honest, I don't think I noticed it was you until like the very end of like the second day. I'm horrible with names and faces, like absolutely horrendous. So I mostly stick to hardware stuff at those events because I'll be honest, when I do even my Clipper tutorials, I'm just one lesson ahead of the student. So Bambu fixed. It's making the burn noise. Actually, no, wrong camera. There we go. And then of course, once somebody mentioned the fact that you were there and Kevin was there and the duet were there, I'm like, why the hell did I not talk to all three and do just like a quick little video? And then I'm like, well, okay, lesson for the future. So far, 3 events so far. I spend the drive home going, shit, I should have did a video on that. I measure every filament and put set pressure bands in every slice material. Yeah, you can do that. I run my printers in a very good enough way. For example, all my Vorons use the exact same profile. I run conservative numbers that allow me to kind of have wiggle room with things. I'm not running stuff on the edge of perfection. I'm like, yeah, it prints good enough and it's good enough. Especially for the stuff I print. Yeah, it wasn't, DC42 wasn't there, but there were guys from Duet there, which is pretty close. You said you needed to do a vid on that. No, I didn't, because I didn't realize till the end of the second day that that was the new toolhead, and like I didn't want to like. I tried to jump Joe with a quick video, and he wasn't having it. You notice how Joe's not in anyone's videos. I've had some good chats with Tony Locke and David Crockett too, mostly on the subject of standards. Yeah, I will. You know what? I will never fault Duet for not having a great board. All their boards are great. Like they make great hardware. So, like, yeah, pretty much. I'm not running them in any of my machines. They're all Big Tree Techs and whatnot. But I haven't had a Duet blow up on me. The P-Rex Kinemax are starting to work on Clipper now. They are. We had to get somebody to like really help with that. It's hilarious when it's like, oh, we're having this issue with Clipper. Okay, cool. So this is Kevin. He'll help you out. Oh, the P-Rex. That thing is a monstrosity that should not exist, and I can't wait to build one. Was Prusa not doing interviews at the show? Joe was there. And there were people from the Prusa team you could talk to. Print for miniatures, so accuracy. Yeah, if you're printing miniatures on FDM, then yeah, spending the time to really dial it in makes a bit more sense. For me, I print a lot of structural stuff, printer parts, like the Death Racer, like stuff that's just big and, you know, as long as it works, it works. Duet boards are so good with I'm reluctant to port Marlin. No, the Duet is just good. I still have a Duet too that I'm probably gonna reuse it for a little CNC machine just because it's good known hardware. Haven't seen the all-wheel drive Vesbot? I have. I've talked to him. I'm waiting on kits. Last I talked to him by email. Yeah, Duet boards are just solid boards. Like, I understand the price. Like, you understand the price when you buy them, and I understand not everyone can justify the cost, especially on lower-end 3D printers. Like, people who put Duets on Enders are a certain kind of special, in my opinion. But it's still good hardware. Nothing against the hardware there. When it comes to miniatures, though, and smaller nozzles, spending the time, or just get a resin machine. Why would you port Marlin to it? So here, I wish all board, well, with Clipper, pretty much everything runs on Clipper, or Clipper runs on everything, but like, I really like, that's one of the reasons I really got into Clipper for a while there. It was like, it's completely board agnostic. You can use the same firmware on all the different boards and everything behaves exactly the same. So you don't have to like flash and compile differently. It's just, no, you got a little firmware thing you got to do at the beginning, and then after that the config's the same. It's just pin assignments. So it's being able to use any board you want, from an expensive high quality Duet board to a cheap big Tree Tech board. That's nice with Clipper. But the thing is, oh, you got a Raspberry Pi. You got to source a Raspberry Pi. And it's a little bit, you know, look at what's going on with, you know, the Sonic Pad from Creality there, where it'll catch your printer on fire if you don't know what you're doing. Good job, Creality. There's a barrier to entry with it. It's a higher cost hardware-wise, because you got to pair a board with a Raspberry Pi, which good luck finding now. And it's a little bit more in depth. So when you're shipping, you know, off-the-shelf component printers, or you're aiming for a budget build, something like Marlin makes it a lot simpler. It's a lot more turnkey of a solution, a lot less fiddling, especially with, you know, commercial machines. And then RepRap kind of sits in the middle there, where it's more expensive hardware and more features, but it's limited in board selection. Only certain boards run it. And I think only in the last like 2 years you saw lower cost boards. Every firmware, everything has its place and its use case. Like you'll never see Clipper as prevalent as Marlin. You'll never. It's just not. The fact that they're just starting to see commercial machines with Marlin or with Clipper, and it's going about as well as you would expect. Jake England, $5, cheers. And again, finally moved to my new place, awesome to hear. And now no longer homeless, so that's good, so take money. Make sure you have food first, but then yeah. Have you talked to Hector about sourcing milk? I have not. It was something we talked about a while ago, and then that conversation kind of went elsewhere, and then it hasn't come up in a bit, so. Yeah, Raspberry Pis used to be easy to get, yeah. Yeah, although I will say, I found a Pi Zero in there the other day, and I was all happy, but it's a Pi Zero 1, so it's like, not super happy. And the Manta board. Yep, the Manta board, but that uses a separate daughter board that isn't the greatest, apparently. It's got some issues. But yeah, everything has pros and cons. It's like a printer. If you ask me what printer to buy, I won't tell you, because that's not, that you need more information to make your judgment there. You know, what do you plan on using your printer for? What materials do you plan on printing? What is your skill level? Do you plan on changing it down the line? Do you want to tinker? Do you want to print? Like, there's a million and one variables coming down to choice, and it depends on what you're going to do with it. Well, the build once run anywhere firmwares. Marlin as a monolith optimized thing can be a challenge to develop and extend while keeping the philosophy. Yeah, age affects us all in different ways. People are going to start putting Clipper on old decommissioned Chromebooks. Hey, if you can run Linux, you can do it. Although, you know, hooking up an accelerometer, well, you can do it over USB. Running Clipper on an Intel NUC using an Ubuntu server because they are now cheaper and easier to find than a Pi. If it works. Have you worked with CF filaments with longer strands, possibly large? I've only used like the generic CF filaments. Are there special CF filaments with longer strands specifically? Because I don't have a 0.8 obsidian. I only have 0.6 obsidians. Phil Morris, did I use that 02 I sent you yet? We haven't gotten to that point with the salad fork. Actually, that might be going in a different build. I don't know. It's going in a build. I've got 3 builds on the go. Right? Do I got 3 or 2 builds on the go? Oh no, that's going to go into the Voron 1.0 at some point. What's the main benefit of using Clipper? I have a video on my channel that kind of goes into it. The TLDR is you have the ability to leverage the raw horsepower of a Raspberry Pi to do all the think parts that your MCU on a controller board usually does. There are some minor downsides to doing it that way, like batched commands. But you have now a quad-core Raspberry Pi at your disposal. So things like input shaper and whatnot, you can do accelerometer. Also, it's akin to RepRap, where you just have a config file. So if you want to change something on your printer, so for example here, let's load up, you know, this printer right here. And if I want to go into my configuration here, and if I want to tell it, hey, my max acceleration is now, instead of 4,000, it's 4,001. I could do that and hit save and restart, and boom, it's done. Like all your configuration is just a document that you save. And if you want to add stuff, you just copy and paste it in there and just, okay, I now have an end stop here and this is the pin, and or I have a BL touch and here's the BL touch setup and these are the X, Y, Z values, save and restart, you're done. There's no recompiling. So it's akin to rep wrap firmware in that, and then you also have that. But the thing is, it's still in development. It's very mature to where it was a couple years ago, but it's still more of a hobbyist tinkerer firmware and not like a mainstream release firmware as the TLDR. We like it with Vorons because back in the ye olde days, Voron would not exist without Clipper pretty much. It would not be on the same level as it was. Because, you know, when the V2 came out, you had Marlin and you had rep wrap firmware. So either you were running an 8-bit ramps with another ramps board slave to it to get 3 more drivers out of it, or 2 more, 2 or 3 more. Yeah, 3 more. 2 more, because you need 7. 4, yeah, you need 7. So you had another ramp slave to an 8-bit ramps, and you were limited to 100 millimeters a second, which if you do Core XY 100 millimeters a second, slow. Or you ponied up for a duet plus a duex, which was, you know, in Canada, it was like $500 for that setup. And then Clipper came along and allowed you to run a Raspberry Pi and 2 ramps and push the printer faster than the duet. So yeah, because you could slave multiple boards together. So that's another advantage with Clipper. You can run multiple MCUs. What song is this? It is Cloverfield by Stream Beats. Bambu's doing its thing. So yeah, we're working on pairing of Marlin with Octoprint as an alternative option for those all-in-one boards instead of to a Pi added on. Perhaps step maybe included so the Pi can. That'd be cool. Like it's not the multi MCU support isn't as big as it used to be because now we have boards like the Octopus and whatnot. But for the longest time, there really was no solution for more than 5 or 6 steppers. So if you need to run 7, you either had to buy a duex, use some really weird obscure ramps board, because there were a few Marlin, like 8-bit Marlin boards that had the Mega that had 8 drivers if I remember correctly, and that was it. So then when Clipper come around, you can just like, I just throw like 3 ramps at the problem and you're done. And then, you know, you can do stuff like the where you take a I don't know, where do I have it, where you take like a RP2040 chip and use it as a secondary MCU for the ADXL, so you no longer have to plug into your Raspberry Pi, or use LED controllers. Like, so if you went to Murph, you saw, was it Timmets V0? He had a separate MCU just for the LEDs. So with Clipper, you can do that. You can just slave secondary MCUs for different functions. And then it's all written in Python. So you can just add stuff to it. So, but again, you can do that because you're leveraging a Raspberry Pi quad core to do that. So that was mostly an issue with older chips. That was a thing. I remember because you could slave a ramps with the Mega to another ramps, and you would be able to get 7 steppers, and that was like it. Like you maxed out the pins or something like that. There's the Octopus put in a couple others that we use as a Marlin alternative for the E3D tool changer. Yep, a few people, I have seen people have built, you know, 7-stepper V2s with running Marlin now. Like it is a thing, and people who like Marlin do that. So it's the boards are now there. We do have more, you know, we're not an 8-bit Marlin anymore. INI config. If Marlin gets like the ability to not have to compile every time you want to change something, that'd be great. We've seen the Stepper King with 10 steppers. Oh geez. I slaved a Seedwino's Yao to do input shaping accelerometer. Yep, I've done that. Did I ever do the Sanjay? No, I got the printer right there. It will be given away. I think we're gonna wait for the next Smurf or something. We'll figure something out. I'm not using it. It will be given away. We gotta figure out something with it. Because they ended up doing that actual giveaway event, and I realized I should have probably signed up for that with it, but I realized too late. I think we're starting to get a little lift there. Marlin is all C++, so I think compiling, you don't have to reconfigure Marlin every time. Okay. Yeah, because that's the thing that, like, I just like the fact that, oh, hey, I swapped to a Revo on my machine. Okay, I just go to the config, change my thermistor value from, you know, beta 3950 to NT4G, whatever the heck it is. So just replace that line, change my max temperatures or whatever, hit save, and then just run a PID tune and done. Clipper could push more than 10 times the number of commands. But the thing is, Marcus, we have so much overhead in Clipper, it doesn't even matter. Like, for example, what is it? Here's a step. Let me pull up the step rate thing. Because there's so much overhead, the fact that, you know, yes, it can do a lot more, but most people are nowhere near taking advantage of it. Okay. Who was the guy that was doing the speed benchies on the Delta? Who was that? Who was that? No, that's... Yeah, so here you go. Okay, so there you go, an STM32F042. You're looking at 18,000 steps per second. At Mega, which is a ramps, 23,000, and then you get down here to like some of the, like the STM32 4461, like in the Octopus, you're like 870,000. Okay, so Nitram, who was doing like 3-minute speed benchies on a Delta, he was running a Tri-Gorilla board with 23,000 steps per second and was nowhere near capping it out. Like, because he was doing 3-minute benchies on a Delta. So yeah, we have a ton of overhead, but nobody's running their machine. I don't think anyone has ever actually reached the step limit on a machine with Clipper, like functionally. And then the MCUs keep getting better. So it's like, wow, my car can do 300 miles an hour, but I only drive it at the speed limit. So we've been at the speed limit for a while now, because you can only melt plastic so fast. How's this print even coming along? What are we at? 80%. Got a little bit of warping, but that's okay. This isn't usable anyways. I know the corner lifted. This print is mostly just to see how strong the print is and how heavy it is. Want some closed loop steppers for crash detection. So here's the thing, Gabriel. If you tune your machine right and you're running at speeds where you're not going to skip steps due to motors overheating, or, you know, basically if you tune your machine right, the machine function itself should be pretty much dang 100% reliable. Okay. So if you're crashing to skip steps, do you think the print was going to finish well to begin with? Because usually if you're crashing into a print, it's warping to pretty badly to cause a crash, or it's come off the bed. So is it a needed feature? It's nice, but usually you have to give up stuff, because usually you're using those proprietary boards that don't have like input shaping, or not input shaping, stall guard, or actually no, not stall. What is it? They have like they're loud boards usually. Most of the crash prevention boards are pretty loud. I want to save a nozzle. That's a value. Basically, put it this way, I don't have any machine, all my machines run standard steppers and standard, you know, TMC drivers, and I've never really found the case to use crash detection. Now, I will say the SK Cube that I'm building now has crash detection. It's got the drivers that have that I think they're the Big Tree Tech one or the Mellow one, I can't remember, it's one or the other, and they have crash detection, so we'll see how that goes. So. What board? My board just let out some magic smoke and I need a replacement. What brand do you recommend? Depends. Money no object, go Duet. But depending on the machine, I know octopuses are very common right now for more than 5-stepper printers. Wow, the X1 is loud. Yes, it is. And I have noise canceling on right now, just so you know. It's not the crazy noise canceling, but I do have noise canceling on. Never had a crash, had any fail except the crash. Consumer grade multi-material. I want it to play with PV for TPU sports. Well, if you want to play with TPU, you can't use the AMS. The AMS is not recommended to use TPU with, so right off the bat, no Bambu. Other than that, I haven't really played with any commercial multi-material offerings that I can recommend. I just haven't. So, wait for a Prusa XL and go tool changer if you want to play with TPU, because usually most of the other options, like the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder, Prusa MMU, long Bowden, with TPU, usually not that good of an outcome. Clipper could do crash detection, it's not programmed yet. Yeah, the problem is batched commands with Clipper. Palette. Can you do palette with TPU? Are you able to do TPU on the palette? I haven't even looked at. I stopped looking at palettes a while ago because palette 3 doesn't work with Clipper. They changed it. Palette 2 does. Did you play with IDEX a little while? I have an IDEX. It's just Cartesian one, nothing fancy, and I haven't really used it because I don't do stuff that needs IDEX much often, and it's unenclosed, so I print a lot of enclosed material. So Nurgle said I missed most of this one. Obviously got the X1 going. Yeah, X1's going, and the quad is dead, so we're waiting on a new frame to come in. Bambu works. Yeah, the Bambu works fine without an AMS, but he was asking about multi-material. I printed TPU on this. Yeah. We are getting a little bit of lifting. I don't have the good bed on this, so relying on glue stick. That's the problem. It's all enclosed and I can't get it. That's the only camera I have, so. Nathaniel, thank you for becoming a member. How far is the print? 95% in. Oop, wrong button. 95% in. You can hear it slowing down. Bambu actually uses straight up DC motor MOSFET. Odd cost cut actually. Maybe they figure out it's going to be loud due to speed. Yeah, they're not using like any driver that we would be familiar with on this machine. It's funny, you can hear it slowing down because of the minimum layer time. A PI magnetic plate on mine and TPU sticks like crazy, but I'm still able to remove print. It's at 228. Hotter might be fused, but not sure about that. Okay. Yeah, TPU sticks to everything. Usually I do like a very light layer like glue stick or something if I'm printing TPU just for a release layer, so it doesn't fuse to the bed. There we go, all done. Bamboo is located in my area. I've got to get a factory tool. That'd be cool. Wait, Scott, they're in your area. Put it this way, as somebody, when you're talking about the cost there and cutting, as somebody who was involved in injection molding for years, I really am curious what the profit margin on this machine is. I don't think it's that great. Okay, so here's our frame. So, hey look, it's a quadcopter frame in 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes after 10 minutes of whatchamacallit, pre-flight checks that the Bambu does. And then also another problem with this machine, you gotta like clean out all this gunk every time you frame. So I just got all this, getting all that out. It does the purge line at the back, which is annoying. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna have to put this back on the bench in a minute. So, there we go. So there is our stick frame. So this is the, what is it, the Nano Drone. So you put your little Diamond F4 FC here, camera there, battery goes underneath, I believe, motor's there. Oh, this will be fun to build. How stiff is it? Oh. Well, you will have the FC in here. So the flight controller, which is an all-in-one flight controller, would be in here. So I would want this to be stiffer. Now the question is, how heavy is it? So I've got my weight scale, but that thing is a little, probably not as accurate on the low end. So let's get my powder scale out. Okay. And 8.2 grams. Yeah, 8.195 grams. So what I'm really curious about, 8.95 grams, 8.95. Let's see, because you want light. If you're flying with an 18650, you want light. Where did I see it? Rotor Geeks have it? I think Rotor Geeks have it. Yeah, so frames. I think I found Rotor Geeks here. Yeah, so the Nano long range frame on Rotor Geeks, which is a slightly different design, is 9 grams and it's carbon fiber, which is many more stiffer than ASA. So yeah. No, I flipped it over because I just wanted to make, because it's got like a little cutout there. I just wanted to make sure it was like the weight was more centered on the scale. It's a gunpowder scale. What kind of powder do you think I was talking about? It's a gunpowder scale. It's for my reloading bench back when I reloaded. This is Polylite ASA. I'm assuming the light in Polylite means light. How many grains? I can tell you. Open it back up. Yeah. Grain. There you go. 126 grains. So it weighs a little bit more than your average 115 grain 9mm round. Nathaniel Lang, $10. Cheers. I just got a stream of content Nero. Cheers. Just got my LDO kit. All for the fun. For a 12 port and Rage Rabbit carrot feeder. Have fun. Looking forward to the build. That is a lot. Today I learned that Rotor Geeks is selling my Nano LRR frame. Tiny shell scrape. Wait, is that you? Wait. The tiny shell script. Are you the guy who designed it? I know there's a few different versions of it. And of course now I can't find it on freaking Thingiverse. Strongly worded email. Well, let's see. Which does it show which one this is? This is no long range open source. TPU files can be found here. A shell script. Oh, here you go. Okay, this is. Be cut off. Okay. Get it cut. Note. Change log. Okay. Well. Where is licenses? Content tags license. Oh. Is it the exact same frame? That looks pretty dang close, I will say. Uh-oh! Well, because the design here is non-commercial. So if they used his design here to cut it, I don't know if that kind of... I don't know if... I don't know how that works. I'm assuming they didn't ask you. Where did I put the frame for this thing? Yeah. So, what's the max nozzle? Can we do glass filled? Let's see. How hot can we get with this bitch? Bambu Labs, generic ASA. Can we do glass filled Nile? PA. Okay, PACF. I want to do PAGF. Cool plate. Well, cool. I'm on the hot plate. Cool. High temperature plate or engineering plate. Sure, whatever. How hot can a bamboo go? Because I think the glass filled stuff I have is rated to 300. They recommend 300 to 320, but it's 300. Well, if it's rated to 300, let's go to 300. What time are we at right now? 4:45. 300. Cool. Was it Reva? Yeah, or Diamond. It might have been Diamondback. I can't remember if it was E3D or Diamondback. And they're like, yeah, like I'm like, oh, I was printing, you know, some high temp stuff. And they're like, it's only rated to 300. I'm like, I was printing at 300. If you tell me it's rated to 300, I'm going to test it at 300. Like, if you're gonna tell me it's good to this, it better be good to that. Oh, this is stiff. You saw glass film on the drop down? Okay, let me. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know if this will feed through the AMS if I gotta feed it manually. Oh yeah, this ain't AMS friendly. Yeah. Nope, that ain't going through the AMS. The AMS does not like this. Okay, 1 second here. Get my dry bag. Okay. And unplug the AMS. There we go. Close. There we go. Okay, no. Okay, so I want you to be at 290. Okay. Let me get the dry box down. Ooh, I've got filament in here already. This is Polymid PA12. Polymid PA12. Uh-oh, where'd my roller tube go? Uh-oh. Roller tube. How am I going to load filament without a roller tube? Where'd my roller tube go? Shit. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is a stiff boy. This is gonna feed so well. I need a little piece of Bowden for this. Bowden. That's not Bowden. That's not Bowden, that's filament. Where's my Bowden? I used to have so much random old Bowden tube for this kind of thing, and now I have like none. Oh, here we go. Just a little patch cable. There we go. Okay, extrude. There we go. Okay, it's extruding. There we go. How do I tell it to stop? Stop. Stop. Is there a stop button for this? Manual stop. Oh, it's gonna be stiff. It's gonna be stiff. Okay. So, let's see here. We got that. Somebody said there was a GF. It was PLACF. PACF. Yeah, I don't see. So we'll go PACF, speed, support, strength, 5, 4. Yeah, we'll use the same settings. I'm not going to print with a brim. No brim. And I'm going to run it at the slower speed this time. Send. Silent mode. Gotta wait for it to do its thing. Downloading. So that's the thing, it goes through the cloud, so it doesn't go through your network, it goes through the cloud. Change your temp. Yeah, we're at 300C. Am I using the engineering plate? Sure. Yes, I am. I'm using the engineering plate. And I can't, oh, there we go, silent mode. Well, we gotta wait for it to start printing first, unfortunately. Yep. So don't forget, we do a giveaway draw every stream. Once this print gets started, I'm going to end the stream, but we're going to do the giveaway. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. Do this now. Not a big fan of the cloud thing. Me neither. Because this, all my information, like I don't have the app for this phone on my phone. I don't know where it is right now. I have like a burner phone that I don't have anything on except for like this kind of shit. Live view service is malfunctioning. Oh, great. So I can't watch the live view because literally when you watch this isn't streaming from the printer. It's streaming from a server that the printer is streaming from. I don't like that. I don't like having to rely on the cloud to connect to my printer. Like, I understand the appeal of it and some people like it. FedEx can. What I got an invoice for FedEx? Why did I get a $4 bill from FedEx? That? Okay. Won't be the first printer used after the collapse of civilization. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, I'll check it all after. Come on. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, up. Oh, this is gonna be fun to fly. Here's the thing, I'm tempted to build this thing, but not use the 18650. Because the 18650s are heavy. So yes, you can fly for like 20 minutes with this thing, but you're like putzing around. So I'm tempted to build one of these and then just fly it with normal 1S lipos. Like get the bigger 1S lipos, but like, let's see here. How much is a 1S lipo? So batteries, so a 1-inch or 1S lipo, and we're gonna go XT. I'll put XT60. So 660 milliamp hours. What's the biggest you can get for 1S? Okay, so 660 milliamp hours, which gives you like 5 minutes. They weigh 15 grams. Okay, how much is an 8? 50. 650. Okay, so you got to get one of the good ones. So Sony VTC. So you gotta buy one of these ones. What's the weight? 47 grams. Plus, you gotta get a holder for it, or you gotta figure something out, or you could just use. So yeah, I'm tempted to build one of these nano long ranges and just literally fly normal 1S's with it. Just normal 1S's instead of 18650s. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that. I don't like the cloud. Some things I like the cloud. Like, don't get me wrong. Every time I take a picture with my phone, it automatically goes to the Google Cloud, and I can pull it up on my computer. Yeah, that part I like. Don't get me wrong. That part I like. Oh, this ain't gonna fit in here. Yeah, I'm tempted to build. I really want to. Okay, we're gonna be building one of these relatively soon. I got a feeling. Shit. Solder directly to the 18650. Yeah, but it's still 47 grams. Like, this thing is going to be light, and then you're adding a big honking battery. So yes, you could fly far, but you're going to be, you know, all the way there. Or you could put a battery that has 18650 is 3000 milliamp hours, but the motors are working more to carry more weight. Or you just put like a 660 milliamp hour 1S, normal 1S LiPo, and you're going to be able to punch. You're going to have, you know, what is it, a quarter of the weight. 18650 power track. I know. And you can easily, like, here's the thing. I just put an XT30 connector on it, and then I could run 1S, or I could put just strap an 18650 underneath and call it a day. Just put 12-inch rotors on it. See, I would like it to be like a little spy camera, like little like fly around. Although it's funny because I was at the park today and somebody's like, what do you see through there? I'm like, not much. This ain't no DJI Digital 2S. Can you get, I think the Diamond FC is only, I'm pretty sure the Diamond FC is only 1S. All-in-one flight controllers. Can you get all-in-one? Yeah, because this is the flight controller port here. Although I get the ELRS version. But yeah, this is your all-in-one. So on my quad, you have all of this. You got 3 boards, ESC, flight controller, VTX. On this one, it's just one. But I think it's only good for 1S. But you ain't gonna go 2S? Yeah, maybe just go 2S. I mean, heck, if we're going 2S, then I do have these 5200 milliamp hour 2S batteries from the Death Racer, so we'll get a ton of flight time out of it. We'll fly forever with this thing. What is 1S, 2S? Oh, okay. So if you don't know how batteries work on LiPo, so here's an example. A 1S LiPo, like an 18650, is usually 3.7 volts is like the nominal voltage, right? So if you want to get higher voltages, you need to run the batteries in series? Series. Right? Series. I think it's series. So anyways, a 1S battery is 3.7 volts. A 2S battery is 7.4 volts. My quad that we blew up is a 4S. So it runs batteries that have 4 cells in them. So you think it would be 4C, but it's not. But the S is cell, so it's how many cells the battery has. So in this case here, it's a 4-cell battery, and it runs at 14.7 volts, or what is it? Yeah, 14.8 volts, sorry. And to charge it, you have to like use a parallel charger to make sure everything stays. And then you have a 6S, yeah. And then how it works is your voltage measured is how full the battery is. So usually you charge them up to 4.2 volts and they are empty at 3.2 volts, but you don't want to drop it because if you drop them below 3, they're dead. You can't recharge, like they're dead. You got to buy new batteries. So usually you fly it from, you read 4.2 volts down to like like 3.5, I think. So like, let me pull it up here. So yeah, so this is what I see. Well, actually not this, because I recorded for 1 second. But like, this is what I see in my camera. Okay. So see the voltage here in the bottom. So I already flew a bit. So this was originally at 4.2, and now see how it's going down. It's like 3.85, and the voltage will sag. So if you do like a punch, see how it drops down and then it kind of goes back up. So it's constantly doing this. And at some point you just gotta go, okay, I'm near, I don't want to push it anymore and risk running out the battery. And then, so this voltage right here, this top one is your total voltage among all the batteries, and this is your average single cell. So, yeah. C rate, yeah, C rate is your charge rate, or discharge rate, right? I thought it was starting printing, it is not. Butterfly low draw 1S ducted, flight indoors, flight time is too short, I want to fly for 30 minutes plus. Here's the thing, even mine with that 4S battery is 3 to 4 minutes flight time. Like you quads have 4 motors screaming to stay airborne. You don't have wings. You are staying up just off the propellers. Ooh, hate when it does the input shaper. How long are you flying since? Wednesday. And that's just how it went. Yeah, I really want to build this up now. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I've seen it here at 1S. If this could run 2S, that would be sweet. And I think this is like the only one in that form factor. Electronics AIO. You do 2S max? Or where's 2S? You do 3S flight controller? Oh. Emax Baby Hawk. Yeah. I'm sure there's 2S AIOs. I fly for 50 minutes on a Phantom 3 Pro. Yeah, but that's different. The DJI, like I know they have FPV quads now, but like the DJI ones, those are not these types of quads. Those just like trunts along. This thing, before I blew it up, does 90 plus miles an hour. So I just want this print to start so that I can do the draw. Yeah, lithium ion, yeah, lithium iron, yeah, everyone flies with LiPos. Beta FPV do some 2S all in once, okay. But I think Diamond, or the, shoot. The Diamond F4, Happy Model Diamond F4, they're the only ones in this form factor. So I guess I could use a different version. I really like this form factor. Super simple. 3D printable high altitude. Well, that was kind of the idea of this, is just build it to be a quiet little, you know, go fly. So, although you'd want ducks for something flying in there, really. No, this one, so there's a few different versions of the Nano LR. So there's the original version, which you can use pretty much any standard board. Any standard AIO board is this one, and that's like your AIO right there. And then there's this one for the Diamond FC. There's a few different versions of this. So I just like this one. we printing finally? Yay, we're printing. Okay, let me... Where's my speed? Print options. No. Calibration. Turn off first layer inspection. F that. There you go. Silent. So we're running at 50%. So I don't want to print this stuff too fast. Okay. The DJI. Well, it's the DJI FPV. I was talking like that's a different thing than their like Phantoms and Mavics and whatnot. Okay, let's do the giveaway. We give away a spool of filament every stream. This stream is no different. So if you haven't entered, I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to enter. So link in the description. Enter. You have until 5:10 p.m. my time. So 2 minutes from now. I think you should build another printer. I've got 2 on the go right now. Thing is, I'm not a huge fan of like the locked-in DJI ecosystem. Like I like the, oh, I smashed my frame, I'm just gonna buy a new frame and throw it in there and call it a day. What is the speed limit? I don't know. I'm under 250 grams, so I don't think the rules apply to me, so. But I live in Canada, every country has different rules. So, like in the US, you have that remote ID BS now. In Canada, we do not. 100 miles per hour, okay. Drones, Bambu, DJI. Oh, that's the funny thing. The team that made this printer is all ex-DJI for the most part. Bambu equals DJI. Well, they are different companies, but same people. Former same people. Any recommendations for ERCFA speed for keep cracking my filament blocks when inserting ECAS connectors? Oh, print specs? I printed mine with just normal Voron settings. Hope American drone BS, yeah. I don't think it will, but drones to printers, why not? Well, here's the thing. I actually got into the drones. I bought the drone like 4 years ago because a bunch of the people on the Voron team already had drones and they kept posting pictures of the cool shit they were doing in the Discord. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy a quad. So I bought the quad, and then by the time everything showed up I needed to actually fly it, was crappy out, and I live in Canada, so crappy weather, usually don't fly electronics outside. So it sat around like all winter, and then the next year, like, work got busy. The little guy was now at the age where I actually have to take care of him instead of, okay, he just sleeps and poops and sleeps and that's it. So it just like, I had no, you know, it sat on the shelf. I forget about it. I completely forgot about it for like 2 years. And then it's like, oh, I should set it up this weekend. And then I never got around to it. And then I get busy with the YouTube and whatnot. And now it's like, you know what? Shit, I'm gonna make it fly. So here we are now. And then I crashed it and broke it. But I figured there's enough people in the chat that have FPV in their name that when I set it up on the member stream on Wednesday, that I'd have people help. And Mopple pulled out a clutch win and totally helped me get airborne. So. Yeah, so Mopple gets the gold star from the member stream. Because I would have been absolutely screwed trying to get this thing. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't have had any trouble because I wouldn't have listened to the guy who told me to update the firmware and had to reset everything. Oh, Marlin firmware, hello. Pulling the trigger on input shaping in 5 minutes. Hope you all like it. Much gratitude to Tom for the implementation taking Martin this weekend. There you go. Okay, Marlin folks, go play with Input Shaper. Go have fun. It's awesome. Go do the thing. Okay, I'm closing the draw now. Oh, seems to be printing okay. It's gonna be interesting to see how stiff, because this is Ultra PA CF glass-filled nylon, which should be relatively stiff, but should be kind of a little bounce back if you crash it. Because polycarbonate, I think, would be too stiff. But I mean, like, just don't crash, and then you don't gotta worry about it, right? Okay. So every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. This stream is no exception. But I got 4 batteries out of my drone before it blew up. So somebody give me a number between 1 and 4. Wrong button. I keep hitting the wrong button. Samovore, that's the wrong number. Somebody wrote 3. Go 3. 1, 2, 3. And spin. If you win, you will get an email from me after the stream ends. Fill out the form, pick your filament. And also fill in all of your information. I don't want to know it. Hey! It's worse Peter. Like, is it worse like the sausage, or like just a weird way of spelling worst? But hey, worse Peter, congratulations. Clap, clap, clap. Everyone golf claps in chat for our winner. Let me just make sure you only entered once and you're a real human. Okay, there we go. Congratulations. Hopefully that email address you entered works. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna end the stream there because I'm hungry. I need to go make dinner. I'll post a picture of this on the Discord and the Twitters afterwards. But yeah, that was a relatively productive stream. We got the quad ripped apart and we got the bamboo fixed again. Yay! So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you learned something new. Hope you had some fun. Shout out to Polymaker for sponsoring the spool of filament that we give away every stream. Shout out to The Ground for giving me content for the first about an hour and a half of the stream today. And shout out to Bambu for jamming your toolhead and giving me content for the rest of the stream. For those that donated to the stream, gifted memberships, or purchase memberships for yourself, I appreciate it. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Yeah, tomorrow we'll carry on with the salad fork build, finish wiring up and start playing with CAN bus stuff. And yeah, we're gonna end it there. It's Friday. Be safe out there and wash your hands. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.